1935, the first passenger flight takes off on what will become known as the Kangaroo route, reportedly named because of the many hops and stops to change aircraft and staff. Day 3. Cross the 500-mile span of the Timor Sea. By flying below 100 feet, we take advantage of the trade winds. We look below and see enormous turtles, flying fish, and very large sharks. Overnight on Lombok after refueling in Kopang. Day 4. In flight, Captain Scotty Allen serves sandwiches and tea from his thermos, but then earns the displeasure of the company after showing up for a 10 p.m. dinner in Batavia in pajamas. And QEA, Qantas Empire Airways, as it's now known, operates the short C-class flying boats in modern luxury and comfort. And what's more, the trip only takes 9 days, which includes 70 hours of flying and 36 stops. Built for comfort and safety rather than speed, the aircraft offers its 15 passengers the most luxurious saloons ever prepared in an aircraft. Getting up out of his chair, a passenger could walk about, and if he'd been seated in the main cabin, could stroll along to the smoking cabin for a smoke. On the promenade deck, there was also a practical usable space where quoits or even golf were played, and child passengers could also play. There is even a demand for fishing lines at refueling stops, where both passengers and crew members can enjoy the relaxation of dropping a line over the side. The service to Singapore and Southampton only lasts just over 13 months before the outbreak of World War II in September 1939.
My name is Helen Trenery, also on the flight deck, First Officer Ryan Gill, Second Officer Chris Agnew and Second Officer Tegan Gray. So in honour of your place in this epic adventure, we acknowledge the personnel who took part in the top secret double sunrise flights that Qantas conducted during World War II. These flights were under constant threat of attack from the Japanese and would fly for up to 32 hours non-stop. The crew and their passengers would see 2 sunrises on their flights, giving them the title of the double sunrise flights. Today, as we've departed London in the wee small hours of darkness, the first of our 2 sunrises is just about to occur on the horizon to our east now.
The Qantas fleet has been commissioned for war service by the Australian government, although one overseas service remains, Perth to Ceylon using Catalina flying boats. Flight crossing times on the 3,300-mile journey average about 28 hours. It's still dark, and 30 minutes out, we've only achieved a height of 2,400 feet. With the load of fuel required for this flight, that's all we can do for now. It seems we're over enemy water, and radio silence is essential. 24 hours, and we've seen our second sunrise. This is getting beyond a joke. Touchdown Coquelin, Ceylon, 31 hours and 45 minutes out from Perth. At the conclusion of the flight, each passenger is given an illustrated certificate entitling them to membership in the rare and secret order of the Double Sunrise, as they've now been airborne for more than 24 hours.
At this point now, at the left side of the aircraft, you'll see your second sunrise. And now we are all members of the rare and special secret order of the Double Sunrise and trailblazers for Project Sunrise. A century ago, the Australian government challenged the world's leading aviators to fly from Great Britain to Australia in less than 30 days. Brothers Captain Ross Smith and Lieutenant Keith Smith and their mechanics, Sergeants Wally Shears and Jim Bennett, took off in their modified Vickers Vimy bomber from snow-covered Hounslow Aerodrome in West London on the morning of November 12, 1919. Some 135 hours of actual flying time later, on the 10th of December, the four touched down at Fanny Bay in the Northern Territory of Australia near Darwin and shared a prize of £10,000. Their flight is considered one of the world's great pioneering aviation feats, and today we replicate that challenge in a flying machine they could never have imagined, in just on 19 hours of flying time. For a minute we are passing a man of Longreach out to the left-hand side of the aircraft. It's approximately 131 nautical miles away, that's 150 statute miles. The town is in the middle of central Queensland. Out there, if you have a good look, it's in the distance, it'll be very hard to see, it's quite a small town. This particular aircraft has been named Longreach in a nod to this Queensland town that was integral to our beginnings. Just for information now, we're at less than 2 hours to run. It looks like our touchdown time of 12:28 p.m. into Sydney, and we are currently 1,800 kilos of fuel ahead of where we should be. So that's a saving of 1,800 kilos due to all the fuel optimisation techniques we've been utilising on the aircraft. Hope you've had a great night with us. We'll be getting busy shortly as we plan and commence our descent into Sydney. It's going to be a spectacular arrival. It's a gorgeous day there. Sunny conditions, we've turned it on for you. It'll be very pleasant. This track today, inbound towards Sydney from the west. We're going to do a right turn just before we reach Sydney City itself. Track down towards the south before a series of left turns, and then landing on runway 34 left towards the north. Touchdown time at this stage looks like 12:28. I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank you for accompanying us today on such a special trip. It's been an epic adventure for all of us. We look forward to catching up with you on the ground and enjoying all the revelry that goes with such a flight. Thank you and good afternoon for now.
Qantas 7879, the threshold wind is 32, 0 degrees 10 knots. That's runway 34 left, clear to land.
Qantas 7879, congratulations on that flight.
Confirmed.
Takeoff is one of the most critical phases of the flight. Captain Rod Duncan and his crew now accelerate the plane to 138 miles per hour.
We always only use as much thrust as we need. That just saves wear and tear on the engine. So it never seems to accelerate really quickly.
As the speed increases, the air pressure around the massive wings changes. Now air flowing over the wing has a lower pressure than the air flowing under it. With enough speed, the pressure difference begins to lift the aircraft into the air. As the giant aircraft heads southeast, it's following the Kangaroo route, a 70-year-old air link between Australia and the mother country. The 11,000-mile trip crosses Europe, the Middle East and the Indian Ocean before arriving in Australia in just over a day's time. Today, the Kangaroo route has a single stop of 90 minutes in the world's busiest airport, Dubai.
Welcome to Dubai.
Recrewed, refueled and recatered, the plane is ready for the longest leg of the flight, 14 hours to Sydney.
I've been to cities that never closed down, from LA to Rome and old London town. But no matter how far or how wide I roam, I still call Australia home.